So I had the wonderful opportunity to schedule my own trip overseas for a company I was working with, and oh, sorry. And my boss was just like, yeah, just you know where we stayed the last time, so just schedule, get all the rooms for that stuff with the same way we did it last time. And I said, all right, whatever, and I just ignored him, and I went online, and I found that we were going to the Philippines, but we had to stop in Hong Kong, and I found that the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, right, 5-star, internationally known hotel chain, the Ritz-Carlton had better prices than any of the other hotels in Hong Kong, and we were staying there for 2 days. So I went back to my boss and I said, look, we're going to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. He's just like, no, that's too expensive. I said, no, internet, prices, good. And he understood, that argument. So I'm really excited because flying to Hong Kong, we had to take a direct flight from Newark. So you basically fly over Mongolia. It's like a 15, 16-hour flight. It's really horrible, but the whole time I'm on the plane watching the little plane icon go, boop, boop, I'm like, Ritz-Carlton, yes, right? It's going to be like, I'm going to get there, and they're just going to wrap me in silk sheets and carry me up to my room, and I'm going to have a view of Hong Kong, and like, they're going to be so nice to me, they're just going to pour my drinks for me, and like, brush my teeth for me, and so we get to the hotel, and we're starving, we're like, all right, let's go eat down in the restaurant at the Ritz-Carlton, right? We got to say it. We're just going to say Ritz-Carlton in every sentence, so let's go eat. So we sit, and we're like, all right, we're in China, so it's not going to be the same Chinese food that we get at home, and that's probably good, because I've only gotten food poisoning twice, both from Chinese food at home. So I say, let's eat. So we order food, and I start to eat, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is not the same at all. And in fact, it's really kind of hard to eat, and that's just me being an American. So, okay, no big deal. My boss kind of eats about half his food, and then he's just like, I need to go to bed. We need to sleep. We got to work tomorrow. Let's just go. So I said, all right, I'm going to go up to my room. So I go up to my room. They open it up. I have a nice view. It's New Year's. It's February, so it's Chinese New Year. So there's this huge light mural outside of my window, and it's really like fantastic. I'm taking pictures of it, and I'm sitting in my room, and I can't fall asleep. So and there's no sound on. I didn't want to turn the TV on, and I start hearing this noise, and it's like, and it stops. I say, what is that noise? And I think I'm going a little crazy. I haven't slept. So I start putting my ear up against the wall. I think it's the guy in the next room or something. Or what kind of 5-star hotel doesn't insulate the walls, right? And so I start to listen around the room, and like the TV's off, the phone's not off, and I'm listening. And I go by the bathroom, and I hear it's sort of in the bathroom, and it's and I'm starting to get kind of itchy, right? And I put my ear up against the door, and it's inside the door. And I'm like, what noise can come from inside a door? So I'm moving my ears all around, and this goes on for about 25 minutes of me, like, I'm in a 5-star hotel with like these pillows that like are bigger than my face, right? And they're like huge, and I guess that would be a normal sized pillow. They're bigger than my body, right? And I'm like, I should be sleeping in this bed, watching TV, I should be, eating, whatever awesome chocolates are there, and instead I got my ear against this door, and so I start to tap. Like, I feel like I'm going to communicate a message to whatever in there. And so I hear it's like on the side of the door a little bit more than elsewhere. So I tap on it, and it sounds hollow. And so I start tapping a little more, and then I get a little pen, and I start tapping, and I poke a hole in the door. And I say, like, they won't notice this, right? Because this is the door closes. So I poke the hole a little more, and I hear the noise like really loud, because now it's like kind of amplifying out of the door. And I'm standing there, and I'm watching, and all of a sudden I see this horrible, alien-like, pale albino, gigantic termite walk past the hole. That's exactly how I screamed. So now I'm like, all right. This poor little creature is trapped in a hotel. As lavish as it is, it doesn't belong here. And it's going to keep me up all night. Now, a normal human being would go down to the desk and complain. And you complain at a 5-star hotel, right? I am at the Ritz-Carlton, I will not put up with this. No, instead, I decide I'm going to have to suffocate the bug. All right? And I already had like a little problem with the phones where they didn't know how to spell my boss was with me. They didn't know how to spell his name. They kept telling me the computers were out, down because they couldn't understand me because of my thick American accent. So I just gave up on the phone. I said, I'm just going to suffocate the bug. So I didn't have anything to get into the hole. So I grabbed the mouthwash, and I'm pouring mouthwash into the door. Toothpaste, I figured that'll stop him from moving. But every few minutes I hear, and I'm just being driven nuts. So then I get some toilet paper, and I'm sticking it in, toothbrush, and then eventually, finally, the noise stops, and I assume he drowned in mouthwash, minty flavored, delicious mouthwash, and probably died a very hallucinogenic insect death. I could not sleep the entire night. And the next morning, my boss, I finally went down to the desk and I demanded to know where my boss was, and they finally were like, oh, we couldn't understand you. And my boss comes down and is like, how'd you sleep? And I was just like, never again. Thank you.